write a very strongly worded email to our commissioner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you joined the most corrupt league on the planet. I mean,
We did. We all did, right?
right? Like, there's separate positions for everything. There's a weird category, and then for some reason, we all have to win 10-0 against him to be able to even score 1 point. It's just like he just drops off the second digit.
Even then, we still lose.
I know.
Yeah.
He starts 7-0. I don't get it. Why does he have more budget than we do?
I don't get it either. And we actually have to pay real money to him that he just keeps. Are we even getting anything out of this? I don't even know.
How many more boycotted seasons are we going to get where he just like keeps accumulating? Guys, there wasn't a champion last year. We finished the season. Why is there still no champion? Oh, because there was Bailey ate all the cash prizes. So
Bailey needs a new pair of shoes.
and a new champ cap. Congratulations, Bailey, 2021 champion of the FTP Fantasy Basketball League.
I'm gonna be really mad if I didn't get a hat and fucking Bailey gets a fucking hat.
Bailey gets 3 hats. They were
What
regular
the fuck
season
does Bailey need 3
champions.
hats?
Champion. Well, one of them's for scratching. One of them's for where that's her outdoor hat, and then there's the indoor hat.
Oh yeah, Bailey's a cat.
That's also correct. How did you guys do in your first week, anyways?
Not great. I just assumed I went into it assuming that like, oh, we had 30 game limits, and since this is a shortened week, I don't have to worry about managing games played. And then I go check on
Friday.
Yesterday. No, I checked yesterday, and it's like, oh, yeah, there was only 21 games this week. Like, fuck Orville, pulling a fast one on me.
I'm telling you, he's corrupt.
You know, there's that funny thing is this year we were playing with a standard number of categories. The weird category is the number of games that each team gets to play a week. Your game limit is the weird stat.
Wait, I thought the weird stat was how many games you won, or how many games your team won. No?
Stu, I thought we were doing a bit here.
I don't know.
Does Ben not know that?
I don't know. I'm still.
And welcome to another episode of Dos Nav Cinco. This is episode number 70. We wish you a very Cinco Christmas? Yeah, that's what it is.
God damn it, David.
But only do it for 4 weeks. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Very Cinco Hanukkah.
Yeah, but before, just wanted to let you guys know, we are now down to 46 followers on Twitch, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and before we get into it, as always, I'm your host, David.
And I'm Stuart.
And wait, did we do worse? Is that why we lost someone?
I don't know. I think Stu, I think Thomas or Sean both got. Yeah, they were just they just were like, you know what? It's been a couple of weeks since we've banned somebody. We're just gonna do it.
Just gonna ban a random follower.
Yeah, random number generator 1 through 47. Sorry, number 4, you're gone.
All right, I'm looking through this. I'm auditing our list of followers to see who the fuck.
So we can publicly shame them. We can publicly just put them up there.
All right. But this week we will be covering as part of a very Cinco Christmas is A Christmas Story. But before we get into that, what other movies or TV shows have you guys been watching, Ben? Since Stu is auditing our Twitch.
I watched 3 movies this past week.
Oh, show off.
Yeah.
Try hard over here.
So, first movie was Gone Girl. Haven't seen a David Fincher movie in a while. Wanted to give it another shot. I don't know if you guys have watched it, so I don't want to give too much away, but if you really like movies or mysteries, it's also a movie.
If you really like movies, this is the movie for you.
This is the podcast, or this is the podcast for you.
Yeah, I definitely really like it. So 10 out of 10.
Whose choice was it?
It was a friend. You don't know him.
Hi, Bowie.
No, it wasn't Bowie. He actually did not want to watch it because of how mad it makes him.
Because he's not a fan of movies?
Yeah, because he's not a fan of movies. David, have you seen Gone Girl?
I have not.
Oh, okay. Well, so the big twist is
She gets knocked out in the middle of rounds 8 and 9 when she's talking to her trainer, and then she crashes
and
onto a
he puts
stool
the
and then
stool.
becomes
Yeah, right.
paralyzed.
Oh,
That's the one. I've seen
no,
that one.
that's that one
Oh,
episode of
so
It's
is it
Always
the one with
Sunny.
Angelina Jolie and Nicolas Cage and they steal cars?
No, wait,
I'm confused.
no,
Well, I'm lost.
yeah.
Well,
I
then
don't
it doesn't matter. Then I definitely won't like it if it's neither one of those two.
what the fuck. Okay, well, anyways, the second movie I saw was Upgrade.
Well, you didn't really
Ooh.
see that. I mean, you've seen that 1,000 times.
Yeah, and I
Oh.
rewatched it just like I rewatched, Speed Racer this past week, but I didn't bring it up because I watch that every week. All right, do you want me to say that too? I'll say it every
So
fucking
does
week.
that
I
mean
rewatch Speed Racer.
was that part of number 3 or was that in addition to your
I think that's just his
normal?
standard. Like it's like putting his shoes on.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
It's
yeah.
Monday. It's Speed Racer time.
Yeah, that's my alarm actually. Is the Speed Racer
You have to
opening.
watch the entire Speed Racer movie before you get up and start your
Yeah,
day.
yeah, but he's kind of getting tired of me, chewing my Speed Racer O's and singing here comes Speed Racer.
All right, what was the other movie?
Upgrade. Yeah, it's
Wait, that
You
was the
said
third
3.
movie?
That was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
second one.
Oh, right. The third movie was Wonder Woman, 1984.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thoughts
HBO Max, or did you go to a theater?
HBO Max.
Okay.
at the theater?
No.
Yeah, it was streaming while he was sitting in the seat. He's doing his part, people.
Uh, I was a bit disappointed with it. Not gonna lie. The first one, it was all right. I mean, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst either. It was all right. I still kind of enjoyed it. But this one, it was like, man, I didn't really care about Wonder Woman's character or whatever she was going through at the time. I didn't really care about her antagonist. It was kind of weird. She just kind of appeared and was like, "Oh, I'm a cheetah now," and then the action sequences were really fucking weird too. It was like it looked really like fake and awkward. I feel like we're in 2020 and movies have done it a lot better than these action sequences, especially something from Warner Brothers. Everything would just look like really floaty, and it just looked like everything was kind of cut and pasted in.
It's very
It's really,
ethereal.
yeah. Actually, that is a good way to put it. It's like she wasn't really there.
She was imposed. It was a different movie they wanted to shoot, and they're like, you know what? The entire movie was shot on a green screen. Let's just put whatever we want in behind of it.
Yeah, even like some of the CG for her just moving around, I was like, this looked really fucking fake. Like, you guys are supposed to be making the Flash movie, and you can't even make her look like she's running normally. Like, come on. And here's the cherry on top. To top it all off, this movie is 2.5 fucking hours. It's
Ouch.
2.5
Right.
hours of this.
That's really long.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Here's the slight thing I had with it. It's not really like 2.5 hours of that. There was one saving grace for me, and that was actually Pedro Pascal in the movie. He was the big bad in the movie. Like, his charisma, his story, it was all so fucking crazy. Like, I want to say that his screen time might have been like equal to or greater than Gal Gadot's, which is I'm completely fine with. If there was a way to get just Pedro Pascal's story as a single movie, I'd definitely watch it because of how
Wait,
bonkers it is.
I thought
Did he carry a baby Yoda around?
I
No,
thought
he
you were
didn't.
just saying you weren't interested in the big bad.
No, or okay, so the big bad like comic book character was supposed to be like Kristen Wiig cheetah person,
Oh, okay.
but it was so weirdly put
Kristen
together.
Wiig's in this movie?
Yeah, and she was the super villain. She's like
I
the
don't think I've seen a single trailer or teaser or anything with her in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's in it.
Surprise.
Yeah, but Pedro Pascal was the
Well,
other.
crap. All right, we're
bad
ending
guy.
the podcast. I'm gonna go watch Wonder Woman. Thanks, guys.
You're not gonna enjoy it.
Speaking of Wonder Woman, I wanted to get your take on this. Ben, did you have any issues watching it on HBO Max?
No, I didn't. Why?
Oh, okay. Irene's brother's been trying to watch it, and they've been stuck on 58 minutes for the last like 2 days. They've been trying to watch it, and something's happening. But it's also probably because they're watching it on a Roku TV.
Oh yeah, maybe.
And they just ported the app over to Roku. So
Yeah, maybe restart your VPN or get a different torrent seeder or I don't know.
nope.
Ben's just saying stuff now to sound smart.
Yeah.
I know.
Have you
Smart.
Have you restarted your ISP or diverted all your traffic to a local packet network?
Well, actually, what I've been suggesting to them is for them to, code it into Visual Basic and then
That's
hack into
what you were
the GUI.
stumbling over, coding into Visual Basic. We said that a fucking million times. Say something new.
I got nothing. What do you mean? We don't say anything new on this podcast.
Yeah, you're right. So, welcome to another episode of Dos and a Half Cinco's.
Exactly. That's the same. Oh, Ben saw Speed Racer again. Oh, Ben said something about a Disney movie. Oh, and it's rated R. Oh, congratulations.
When did I say anything about a Disney movie?
Actually, we haven't had that one come up in a while.
Don't worry, we'll fit it in.
Oh, okay.
All right, Stu, what about you? Movies besides Christmas Story?
Why did you say it like
I
that?
don't know.
Why did you say Christmas store?
Story?
Oh, you said Stora. Oh, okay. What?
Yeah, Christmas story. Yeah. No, I didn't really watch any movies. What I've been keeping myself busy with is rewatching Mandalorian because
Woo.
I don't know, man. Something about the theme. I was on YouTube and I was like, I'm gonna hear the theme, and I was like watching the theme. Then I watched how the guy wrote the theme, and I was like, holy shit! And it just got me like way into wanting to rewatch it. So
Dude, Ludwig fucking knocked it out of the park with the soundtrack for this whole show. Like, damn.
Kind of reminds you of like a Western, and it's also like so contemporary, and yet, God, it's so good. If only
like
Disney would stop trying to get me to watch the next episode and let me enjoy the freaking
yeah,
credits.
I just want to watch the credits, man. No, but seriously, I think it's like one of the best score that theme, the Mandalorian theme. I think is one of the best like scored, like or just one of the best scores, period, if not the best.
Oh,
Damn.
like better than Star Trek, Star Wars,
Even better
or
than like the original Star Wars.
Jurassic Park.
I don't know. That's a bold statement, but I feel
Ooh,
like
man,
that's a
that's
bold
a,
statement. But
We'll see
that's
if
a hot
that stands the
take.
test of time. I'll check in with you guys next year to see if you still feel the same, Stu.
okay, yeah, I guess that's fair. But yeah, I've just been rewatching Mandalorian,
Okay.
and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I saw Greyhound
Oh,
with
the
Tom,
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks.
Oh,
Actually, it wasn't too bad. It's just kind of like your standard war movie. When I was watching it with Irene's family, they kept asking me what's going on in here, and I was like, I don't know. I wasn't here during World War II.
Yes, you were. Tell us.
And then they were like, why are we watching this in Christmas? I was like, why? Would you prefer we watch Pearl Harbor? Because that happened during Christmas. And they're like, who are you, Ben?
You're shoot down planes.
But yeah, no, for that one, I think I would probably give it a 7. I mean, it's not one of his best performances. And it's man, it seems weird. I think it would have done really well at the box office. I think it like the setting for it, the soundscape for it was really good. Sound design was really good. It's just unfortunate that it's stuck on a small screen. We don't get to see it on the IMAX or anything like that. So,
Speaking of Tom Hanks and the box
News
office,
of the World.
yes, News of the World. That upcoming movie looks. I'm very interested in that. Tom Hanks in a western. That has been a long time coming. I feel.
Yeah, aren't you excited? It's going to be on Netflix. Oh wait, too bad you're here in America.
I guess I'll just have to get a VPN and VPN somewhere else. Um, but wait, but that leads me to my next thing about the box office because I've been kind of seeing a lot of ads for movies lately, and it's like everyone's saying in theaters, and I'm like, wait a minute, are theaters opening? Are they? Is there something I don't know about
Just not in
theaters?
California. Just
Yeah.
not in California. Like
Oh,
right
okay,
now, we are the epicenter of the U.S. when it comes to COVID.
I see.
It's so bad.
And really, it's just Orange County.
Actually, yeah, Orange County is actually just there's so many people who are infected with it. It's just flooding over, just boiling over into
Spills
other.
over. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
God damn it, Ben, get your shit together.
Well, it's not my fault that it doesn't exist down here for some odd reason, and everyone keeps saying that.
um, but that's a bummer. I guess that explains why I saw my coworker drove to Vegas and was at a movie theater.
Jesus.
He's like, it's safer over here. I'm licking the armrest and it's still not getting anything. You
Jesus
guys go
Christ.
outside your house and you already got it. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I also started watching Ted Lasso. That's
Oh, is that the one
another.
with Jason Sudeikis?
It is. It's. I like it in a it's very kind of like a humorous way because the guy's just so nice. If you ever watched Kimmy, what is it called?
I refuse to watch anything about soccer.
Yeah. Okay. He's actually a football coach who ends up
Oh,
turning
okay, Ben or
football.
David.
Wait,
Fucking-
what was that? What was that slip of the tongue?
I don't. All y'all like. What sounded like David. David over here, like, well, actually, it's called football, and
No. He was a coach for the actual American football, and then he gets picked up and to coach the English football, soccer, so here in the U.S.
yeah, but then
with no
that would-
experience.
that would require me to like. I think this is a play by Big Soccer to try to get soccer more
Come
more
on,
appealing.
Stuart. Come watch a little bit soccer. Kick the ball around. You'll really like it.
Don't you want to watch us for 90
Don't you
plus
want-
indeterminate amount of time, but at least 90 minutes, and have the
It's
score end
nonstop.
0-0?
It's non-stop. Moving around. People running in circles.
Yeah, we'll have all your favorite stars like Ariaga 2, Esposa.
All right. Yeah, it's a good place to stop. All right, let's go ahead and move over to our box office rundown for this week. At number one, to no surprise, is an explosion to the top of the charts, making a comeback. Is Come
Comeback.
Play.
Or,
No, I'm just kidding. No, it's Wonder Woman 1984.
okay.
16.7 million dollars. This is the biggest box office since the beginning of the pandemic. Number two is News of the World with 2.2 million.
Oh, it's already out.
Yeah.
It is here in the US. It's just international rights for it were released to Netflix, but though they're not getting it until sometime in January, I believe. But yeah, it's already out. Number three is The Croods: A New Age. Number four from number one is Monster Hunter with 1.1 million. New to the top 10 is Promising Young Woman with 719,000. Fatale is at number six, down from number three. Pinocchio at number seven. Elf, a re-release, $115,000 at number 8. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation at number 9 with 91,000, and still in the top 10 is The War with Grandpa at $89,746. I don't know why I read the whole thing. Just for those of you who are following along, Come Play is now at 13.
Oh.
When we get to 69, we're definitely going to get really excited
Yeah,
here.
keep a hot eye on
Tally.
it. Yeah.
I'm sure I was going to ask you guys if anything was surprising, but Stu, it sounds like you have a thought.
Yeah, it's kind of made me wonder when we're talking about the box office, the dollar amounts here. Is that how much money the movie
Made domestically, yes.
no, would you stop trying to finish my sentences, David? Fuck.
Sandwiches?
Stop trying to finish my sandwiches, David. Is that like the what do you call it? The profit of the movie, or is that just like how much money it made? So like when you say like a movie made 89,000, is that excluding how much it cost to
No.
put it
No.
out?
It's not profit. This is how much the box office brought in.
Yikes.
The cost is still the same. Exactly.
So when I hear something like 89,000, that makes me feel like each theater made like $2 off of it, or what?
Oh, well, if you take, let's say, Pinocchio, for example, at number 7 with 268,000, right? And divided by the number of total theaters currently showing the movie with 764, that means the average take for each one of those theaters was $351.
It's like it doesn't even cover like one person's shift.
Here's the greatest part. All right, you know this movie War with Grandpa that started so much pain for Ben as soon as he heard it was number one.
Uh-huh.
This time it's been out for 12 weeks and it's grossed like an amazing number, amount of $18 million, which means that now all those theaters on average have only made $174 on that movie.
Wait, okay, so I'm confused. I thought that movies don't actually make what the box office like split is. I thought they only get like.
No, I'm just saying that's how much they pulled in. So if their split was like 80-40, 80-20,
Yeah,
then they'd be really in trouble.
yeah, and plus, I think movie theaters actually make a lot of their money from what was it, concession
Concessions.
sales? Yeah.
What concessions? You're not even allowed to take your mask off sometimes.
Well, I mean, when we watched Tenet, we were allowed to get
Required.
popcorn and shit.
Popcorn.
Mhm.
Popcorn.
Mhm.
That
Soda, and we got our pops and we got our popcorn.
popcorn.
Mhm.
Sody. But anything surprising to you guys from that top 10 at all?
War with Grandpa.
Yeah, $89,746 in across 515 theaters for some reason.
I don't get the audience for it. What's the target audience? It's like, man, I really like Robert
People
De
who want to see
Niro
Robert De Niro's
in
last ride.
Goodfellas. Yeah, it's like, yeah,
Just
I
in
need
case
some
if
more Goodfellas in my veins. Let me go see The War with Grandpa. Let me see a really old Robert De Niro. I don't want to see The Irishman where he's definitely really old. I want to see him like old, you know, like he's a grandpa and he's doing grandpa stuff.
Maybe maybe it was all his fans that he pulled in from Meet the Parents who were like don't know his older movies,
He
Mhm.
and
could
they're
be
like,
funny, you know?
yeah, who is this old man?
Funny
He's pretty
how?
funny.
Funny how?
That wasn't Robert De Niro, but
Yeah, no, it was Joe Pesci. But still, it's the same movie.
yeah. Actually, I just watched. Actually, you know what? I guess I lied. I did watch that one.
Wait, you did?
You watched War with Grandpa? How was it?
God,
All right,
no.
I'm leaving. Fuck this.
Well, at least we get to catch the Laker game at this point.
Yeah, sweet.
No,
No, I watched
go ahead.
Goodfellas. God,
Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one.
it's a good.
Is that on the
never
list? On the poster? Did you scratch it off?
What poster?
I didn't. It wasn't planned. It just was kind of on, and I watched it. So.
Wait, what poster are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
Talking
I've
about
got
both
the
of you guys.
poster. Thanks, David.
Oh
yeah.
Thanks for giving me a chore to put up a poster somewhere. Thanks.
You're welcome.
The top 100 movie. Wow, it's just Speed Racer 100 times on here.
You should have just made it.
I got the
You should have made him
special
a.
edition.
You should have made him a custom one that just had Speed Racer on it.
No, literally, it's 100 blank spots that all say Speed Racer, and it's a picture, but he's got to watch it 100 times to be able to complete it.
Oh, I
It's
already
like a
scratched
puzzle.
all of them off.
No, it doesn't work that way. I guess I'll get you a new one.
Stop
This
sending
one.
these to me, David.
Number 5, number 6. Guys, any other thoughts on the box office rundown?
Someone's got to stop watching old ass Robert De Niro.
Well, Ben, if you stop spending $174 at your local theater, they would take it off the top 10.
Really?
Just saying, I don't have to go anymore. If only there was a way for us to. Part of me really wish we had a really big audience, and we could go back to the theater, and then we could do the 5incos bump and be like, oh, look at that, Come Play is now up from 13 to now number 2 in the nation because of this podcast. We definitely got to get interviewed by these guys.
What do you do during the pandemic? Oh, I convinced this whole gigantic audience to bump Come Play up into the top spot. Oh, why did you do Come Play? Oh, if you think about the name.
What? So you really like scary movies or something? No, not necessarily.
Come on down,
Mom. Come on, get it. It's Come Play, Mom.
How did they not test this name? Or they probably did so well during what is it? That testing.
Audience
testing, audience polling or something like that.
Maybe they don't do
like,
that.
Man, this scored through the roof for some reason.
Maybe because everyone in the test groups were like people like us, like
trolling.
I
would definitely see a movie.
Totally good movie.
Okay. Right. Any other thoughts? Okay. No. All right. Let's go ahead and go to our movie of the week. This week, as part of a very 5 Christmas, is A Christmas Story. Oh wait, that's usually when I'm supposed to say something, right?
Yeah, I did it last week.
Ralphie's got a gun.
Ralphie's got a gun.
Wait, you spoiled
Ralphie Briggs got a gun.
Well, that's what he's been doing. Ralphie wants a gun.
Ralphie's got a gun.
Come on.
Shoot your eye out. And if you've ever thought that you had a non-traditional Christmas, well, check this one out. Christmas Story. Here we go.
Oh, that was like,
Wow.
usually yours are like terribly long, and that was terribly short. So,
And it was also terrible.
Excuse me, what do you mean? They're always terrible and then some duration.
that's true.
Fits right into normal.
Oh,
It
okay.
has-
Thanks for on par then.
Yeah, it lasts for some amount of time, and it's bad.
All
Kind
right.
of like David in the bedroom. Am I right?
This is
That'll do it for me, folks. Make sure Irene listens to that part.
No.
See, David, even all your friends know.
They already. I wanted to ask, Stu, you were the one who suggested this as our Christmas movie. Is there a reason? Is this movie, a special place in your heart for this movie?
Not particularly, but it's just one of those movies that's like, I think around Thanksgiving time. I know, like, it's like TBS or someone just starts playing
run it
Christmas
for
Story.
24 hours straight.
Yeah, and so it's just one of those movies that's like always around, and I feel like everyone should have seen at some point because it's kind of like a just classic Christmas
Ben.
movie.
Huh. What was
Except
that?
for Ben said he never seen it before.
Right. Well, now
And he
he's,
says he likes movies for some reason.
Yeah.
They should have did a crossover, Speed Racer and Christmas Story.
If
No,
you
I
like
only
movies,
bought-
I have a movie for you. Called Christmas
Sorry.
Story.
Speed Racer.
Yeah, let me fix that quote. Like, I was misquoted there. I only like movies with speed and racing. So speed
What about
definitely fits in there.
Pods?
Ooh, that has both of those. Yes.
Speed and racing. Okay.
it does.
Fast and Furious.
Yes.
Gone in 60
of them?
seconds. Well, there's not really racing in that movie.
Well, I mean, there's some sort of race.
Race Against the Clock.
I
Oh, no,
like
I just
American
helped you
History
there.
X because that was about the
Oh,
the
Yeah,
master
it
race.
it just has to have the word race in it.
Yeah.
Doesn't every
Schindler's
movie
List,
have a race in it?
What?
Doesn't every movie have a race in it?
No, but it's about the race, whether
the
it's
race.
racing cars or racing skin color.
Racing skin color.
Go white, go.
Okay. Well, Ben, I wanted to get your thoughts since this was the first time you've ever seen this. What were your thoughts?
I've seen bits and pieces, like Stu was saying, like, they put it like on a 24-hour cycle, and I always see it like in the background, but I never actually sat down and watched the whole thing. I do remember, like, as a kid, I always thought, man, this movie seems kind of creepy and disturbing. Watching it now, I still have the same sentiment. It's kind of creepy and disturbing at some points. I don't know why, like the Santa part was just like, what the fuck is going on? Just like he starts bugging out, and then like Santa gets all creepy and shit, and all the elves are like really weird and shit. Yeah, there's some parts I liked. It just seemed like what is it? Just a weird trail through this kid's Christmas, this one particular Christmas, and none of the plot points really had much to do with each other other than I want a gun. So it was all right.
Ralphie wants a gun.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, all right.
So it sounds like Ben's experience with this movie was more of a horror experience than a Christmas experience.
I feel like my experience with this movie kind of goes hand in hand with the way the movie kind of goes, which is every holiday there's always this thought that things are going to go a certain way, but it just never ends up working out that way, right? I don't think I've ever had a perfect holiday where everything kind of just works out. And it kind of reminds me of this, where every year I want duck instead, a Chinese turkey, and we always end up with the regular one. I never get my way.
So, does that mean you're Your Christmases usually follow the same plot points of this movie, except at the end.
Backwards.
Yeah,
Correct.
you don't end up at the Chinese restaurant.
You
You
end
end
up
up at
with
a Denny's or something.
Everything's really sad. It's turkey slathered in gravy.
and you have the manager going, no, 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 not fa la 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 la. It's fa ra ra
Rah,
ra
rah, rah,
ra.
rah. Yes.
That
And you
scene
guys
did
have,
not age well, but I
Yeah.
still thought it was funny.
it was funny, but I'm pretty sure that's not gonna.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm surprised that the.
You're not re-releasing that in theaters.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
it's
watching
funny
it
because
now,
it's on
too.
TNT for 24 hours a day. You know how they always like censor all the other movies when it comes to some of the key lines, and let's say at the end of Rush Hour, he says, "All y'all can take that badge," and they bleep. They add some
Cut
other
that
like
part out.
yeah, they cut the entire part out, or they'll like bleep it, or they'll add some word, or at the end of Die
Yippee-ki-yay,
Hard,
Mr.
Merry
Falcon.
Christmas, yeah, Mr. Falcon. I'm like, what? I wonder what they do with that. They're just like, oh yeah, no, we just cut the entire thing, or we just let them sing fa la 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 instead.
Yeah, it's just a full minute of beep.
I miss Duck.
What do you mean you missed
Not like it's gone.
Yeah, you could just
Gone
fucking order it.
forever.
What do you mean? I refuse
David, you
to
know you
believe
can
that
still
there's
get
not a
it.
Chinese restaurant in Lakewood.
No, what I'm saying is like Peking duck's only good when it's there,
What do
What?
you mean?
right?
When
By
you
the time
have it
you
in
take it
front
home,
of you?
it's no longer it. No,
Oh, so you're saying you can't eat it? It's not as
Yeah.
good when you take out.
mm-hmm.
I don't like duck.
You're
I
fucking.
know.
You're like Mr. like fatty meats guy.
I know.
That
It's
is
too
like-
rich. It's too rich. All right, I said it. There.
you
I've-
kidding me,
This is
dude?
the
That was
hottest
the guy
take of
who-
the whole podcast. Yes, I hate duck because it's too rich, and I
I've
love
seen
dark
you-
meat.
I've
Go
seen
fuck
you
yourself,
eat-
everyone who disagrees with me. You're wrong, Stu.
It's like the whole duck is dark meat, and like I've seen you eat like solid chunks of pork fat before. So.
Yeah, but if it's wrapped in a bao bun, it's fine. Oh, by the way, Ben, they also do that with Peking duck.
It's too rich. All right, it's just way
What?
too rich.
This is rich. You're drawing the line at it's too rich. Come on, Ben.
Too rich. And you dip it in the sauce, and it's like great.
That's even
Oh.
worse because then it's just like, it's just.
Ben has lost. If he hasn't lost it already, he's lost all credibility.
Dude, you want to know something that's interesting? Now I know why he's allergic to everything else, because the one thing that would have cured everything is if he just ate duck, he'd be fine.
Yeah.
It's the everybody knows that's the antidote to chocolate nut cat
Allergy.
allergies. I don't know what else he has.
Well, I guess I'm
shellfish.
gonna die.
And shellfish.
Cat allergy. Throw the whole thing at him.
I actually do have an allergy to cats.
But you know, the one meat that you're not allergic to is duck, and it's your salvation. It would save everything.
Yeah, I'd rather just die.
Okay. All right.
I'll never understand, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I guess since Ben had such a horrific just experience with this movie, Ben, what's your rating?
I want to say like a 5 out of 10. You know, it's really middling. You know, it wasn't terrible. It's like I enjoyed a lot of the parts. It's just like it just seemed kind of like randomly strewn together. And I feel like maybe I watched it like when I was a kid, I would have better memories of it. But watching it now, it's just like, it's all right. You know, it's not like the best movie, not the worst. It's just kind
Stu,
of
I think Ben hates Christmas.
Well, I mean, that
think
too.
we've established that already.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, what's there to
Well, I
like
guess it
about
makes
Christmas?
sense. I guess it makes sense. Scrooge McDuck.
Hey, Scrooge McDuck is pretty cool. He has a whole fucking vault full of gold, and he fucking swims in it. Can you do that, David? I didn't
Okay,
think so.
can you swim in a vault of gold, Ben?
I mean, I could try. I'll probably break every bone in my body the way he does it. He fucking
Yeah.
goes off the high dive in that.
He's gonna dislocate all of his shoulders before he.
his-
Yeah.
all two of his shoulders.
You mean all
All
one?
right. Well, Stu, lighten this up for us. Can you give us something higher than a 5, or do you have the same feeling?
Actually, ducks have 4 shoulders. A little known fact. So for me, unlike Ben, I did enjoy this movie. One of the things I enjoyed about it, I liken it a little bit to something like Airplane. When I was growing up, I didn't think like senses of humor existed prior to like the late 80s or early 90s. So like, because everything I would see from like, in film and TV from like 70s and 80s, like none of it looked funny. Like, TV, like whatever those fucking Miami Vice or whatever the fuck was, Knight Rider, when any of that stuff. I never like watched any of it. I just kind of saw like glimpses of it, and then nothing looked funny. But then I saw Airplane, and it was like, holy shit, this is hilarious. This existed back then. Kind of the same way with this movie, where a lot of the humor, I'm like, no way that people were making these kinds of jokes back then. Uh, so that's kind of like one of the kind of the enjoyment I got out of this movie.
Mm.
Specifically, like I know, like one of my my favorite moments of the movie is when right after he drops the F bomb and he's getting his mouth washed out with soap. And he rats out on his friend or he throws his friend under the bus, and his mom
Even if
calls.
he didn't say anything.
Yeah, his mom calls his friend's mom, and you just hear like the whole thing play out over the phone. It's like, to me, that was like, holy, this is like something that could have been in The Simpsons, like this whole little setup here, where it's like you just hear some like Millhouse on the other side of the line getting like
Spanked.
disciplined for something that Bart did or something. So that was just like one of the aspects of it. As far as like, I know Ben mentioned like the creepy Santa part. I didn't really find that creepy. I mean, I found it. I mean, it was creepy, but it was funny that it was creepy to me. Like because you just have like this kind of like Santa Claus, but he's like really just kind of like a degenerate kind of guy who's just kind of like the goddamn kids, like, which I've seen that in other media too. Kind of like, I've known this in like Seinfeld, where there's like Kramer becomes a Santa and he's like so it's kind of like that. So, but overall, I think the only parts I didn't really like were like or I could have done without. It was like the bully scene, or like the bully fight.
That didn't make very much sense. It just kind
Yeah,
of got thrown in there, right?
I could have done without that, even though that kid was like super obnoxious. But I mean, and he deserved it. But I still didn't really want to see it. So, or the way they played, the way they did it was just kind of like, this kind of like doesn't fit the rest of the movie. So, but I think overall, I give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, same sentiment here. I feel like it kind of gave you a little bit of everything. I can see where Ben got the mismatch or smattering of spattering. I don't know what it's called, but it's just like it's all over the place. But I think there's a little bit of charm to that. Is that I felt that it was one of those movies where everybody could probably pull a little bit of something from it, and it's just such a classic in general. Just being a Christmas story. Being a kid and wanting something so badly and then hoping that you're going to get it and you don't think you're going to get it. And then all of a sudden you get it and you think you can trick your parents into getting something that you want. And it actually works for some reason.
Worked out in the movie.
Yeah. And so having it voiced by the protagonist like years and years later, I think is a good move in general. So that way it doesn't force Ralphie to have to say too much. But it allows for you to kind of get in the same mindset and understand where the kid's at. And I think this is one of those movies where it's like it breaks that fourth wall almost a little bit, and at the same time it makes it kind of charming. So for me, 8 out of 10 for this one. I want to ask Ben his favorite moment, but I'm a little bit afraid to. Stu, do you think we should?
I mean, might as well.
All right, fine. Ben, favorite moment.
What was wrong?
Oh, silence. Oh, fantastic.
Hey,
all right.
Hey. My favorite scene was the end credits because I didn't have to.
Oh my God.
No, I never knew where this came from. I always heard about it, but like when it started happening, I was like losing my mind when it happened. It was the scene where Ralphie gets the decoder pen. Like I feel like that was one of my favorite moments in the film because they kept playing it up. It was like he kept checking the mailbox to see if he got the decoder pen. He finally got it. He's like, "Fine, I gotta fucking use it. I'm part of this exclusive club." Goes to the bathroom, decodes the message that he listens on the radio. This is exclusive only to members. It's just like
the fate of the world is the balance.
Yeah, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. I always heard that. I just never knew where it actually fucking originated from. But
Mhm.
that was a nice one. I like that part.
What about you, Stu?
Well, I kind of touched on it. I already mentioned it already. My favorite part was the when he ratted his friend out, and
Oh, just
you just
hearing
hear
the
you just
carnage
hear
that happens on the other side.
you're like, Mom, what'd I do? Oh, Mom, what?
You said what? And it's like completely like unintelligible
Yeah.
hearing the other side of the phone, but you can tell he's clearly gonna get it.
Right. Speaking of unintelligible, I guess another good part was like when you hear his dad downstairs like battling with the furnace. It's just like he's supposed to be like doing all this kind of swearing and cursing, but it just kind of all just kind of it's kind of rabble noises.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed that part. I really the dad character was probably my favorite.
I do you know anybody that loves turkey as much as he does?
I mean, I know someone who loves duck as much as he loves turkey.
People love
Is
ducks.
his name Ben?
His name's David.
Oh, I love turkey. I mean, duck.
Wait.
For me, I think obviously that's one of my favorite scenes. The Dakota ring's actually really, really good. Oh crap, what was I gonna say? Oop, whatever. The reason,
And there have been
speaking of the ending scene where the dad just kind of like gives up and says, "You know what? Screw it. Everybody, put on your coats. We're going out for dinner to a Chinese restaurant." Speaking of which, I'd like to make a shout out to Vengeance, who's one of our followers on Twitch, who mentioned that over Christmas they went to a Chinese restaurant for Christmas, so we could say something about the movie we did this week.
Chinese buffet, as I recall.
Chinese buffet, that is correct. And then Sean said, "I missed the Chinese buffet."
You couldn't go back to a Chinese buffet even if you wanted to, though.
I don't think any of us could go back to a Chinese
Well,
buffet.
even
Well,
if
I mean,
even
Sean.
if he could, I mean,
Yeah, Sean.
he could go and look at it.
That's a nice Chinese buffet.
If he smells it, does that still mean he's vegan?
I don't know. We should ask
If
Orville.
it's like
What does it
any,
really mean to be vegan?
yeah,
Well,
does that mean that if it
technically,
like
breathing
touches your,
is just your sense of taste. So you are technically tasting
don't you
meat,
taste with your nose also?
but that you no, no, stupid. That's where your smell comes from.
The essence of the food is, I'm sure it's like some type of
All
like,
little bits
vapor.
of it are floating off
Exactly.
into the air, and you're
Into your
consuming
nose.
it.
Correct.
Therefore, you're
It's
not vegan.
absorbed into your nostrils, into
Yes,
those
you are
smell
ingesting
receptors.
it.
So nobody's vegan if you smell it.
Exactly.
Well,
Checkmate, atheist /
yeah,
vegan.
Orville. Flat Earthist, take that. If you smell it, you're not a vegan. Wait, does that mean that Orville does use his once a year to smell
All the time.
bacon? Oh. Constantly sneaking bacon cheeseburgers in the background.
Or just whiffs of it. He's got like scratch and sniff like
Oh,
cheeseburger.
dude, it kind of reminds me of that pizza scene from Dodgeball.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah, you want it, fat boy? No. When he's when he's tasing himself to
right.
He puts it down his pants.
Yeah. All right, guys, any other thoughts before we go ahead and wrap this one up?
Did you guys have a Daisy Red Rider equivalent growing up?
No.
I did. I don't know.
No, I don't necessarily mean a BB gun, David. I just mean, was there an object you desired for Christmas so much that you were trying to do anything?
Turbo Man.
No, shut up.
Really?
No, you have to come back to me. I can't think of one.
I think I wanted like one of those Power Ranger Megazords or something. And then I got it, and now I can't even remember what the fuck the Megazord was. It was the turtle one. You know?
Oh, the one with the two cannons coming out of its shell?
Yeah,
Blastoise?
and then you could put the regular
Wait a
Megazord
minute.
inside of it.
This is just a Blastoise.
Stupid parents. It's a Blastoise.
Don't they know anything about kids' toys?
God.
It's Pokemon, Mom.
Oh, that actually reminds me. So I actually used that to my advantage once because my grandma was visiting me once, and at the time I didn't
from your grandma.
I didn't steal from her. All right.
Why would you go straight to that?
I was just
Tricked his grandmother.
I took advantage of a situation
See,
where
look how much he's stuttering and trying to dance around this.
Pokemon Stadium just came out, and I was like, hey, it'd be great if we get this video game, that'd be nice. She's like, okay, sure, you've been a good student. Let's go get you that. I'm like, all right, cool. And we're buying it, and while we're ringing it up, I'm like, oh, we also need this extra controller to go along with it. And she's like, oh, really? Yeah, otherwise the game won't work without it. Oh, okay, we'll also get that. And then I think there's another video game there, and I was like, oh, it doesn't work with this one either. And she's like, oh, okay, we'll have to get that as well. So made a pretty clean sweep with that. So as much as you want to bag on your parents for not knowing this shit, if they don't do their research, you could do it for them.
That's what all the kids want this year.
Mm-hmm.
Really? They really want another copy of Marvel vs. Capcom?
It's like that. Actually, I think we got 2 copies of Pokemon Stadium, and it was like that scene in
Why did you buy 2, Ben?
It's like that scene in The Simpsons where that rich kid was getting Bone Storm, and
he's one for his sister.
Yeah, it's like, oh, again, get 2. I don't want to share with Sarah.
What about you, Stu?
I remember there was a similar type of, it wasn't a BB gun, but it was a similar kind of toy gun.
Like Nerf?
No, it wasn't Nerf. It was just picture the gun from the. Shut up! Would you stop finishing my sandwiches?
Was it a Corcoran?
No, it was so picture the gun from the movie, but it didn't actually shoot anything out. But what it did have was it came with these little plastic cartridges that you could load into it, and then after you shoot, it would make like a little noise, like a toy gun noise, and you shoot it. But then when you cocked it, the little cartridge would shoot out of the ejection port. Ooh. And I thought that was like the coolest thing for a toy to have. So that was the one I was yearning for, and I got it. And then almost immediately after I started playing with it, I lost all the cartridges.
Wait, so it ejected the clip?
No, shut up. It wasn't a clip. It was like the gun in the okay, we're not doing this. You're just doing this to get a rise out of me.
I'm not trying to get a rise out of you. So where did the clip go?
No, shut up. We're ending the episode.
Oh man, I can't even think. For me, I think it was a Game Boy, and a copy of Link's Awakening. Ooh. That's what I really, really, really wanted. So, it was almost a whole year after it already came out before I got one. So I was like, I'd already given up hope. And then the next Christmas around it came in. I was like,
wait a second. This was a Switch game?
No.
That was a
Game Boy.
Yeah.
The original Game Boy.
I was about to say, when did this happen? 2 years ago?
2 months ago. I've been waiting for so long.
Mom!
David, don't you have disposable income? Can't you just... No. No, this is the original Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. Wanting that, so yeah. But it took almost an entire year before I got my hands on one, because apparently you have to be a good boy to get a Game Boy.
I've been a bad boy.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Guys, we'll be hitting the new year next time we record. What do you guys want to start the year off with?
Do we try to start doing new movies, since there are some new movies out?
I mean, we can try. There's not going to be a lot, but I know
we could do the Tom Hanks one, or
and Soul just came out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Soul.
Yeah, Soul.
Okay.
There's a Tom Hanks one. There's Soul. That's two new movies we can do.
Wonder Woman 1984.
So that's what you want to do?
Oh,
that's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's 2.5 hours.
Well, you can start it on this side of the year, and then the other hour and a half you can.
All right, I guess we're doing it. Wonder Woman 1984.
Right.
Ben already watched it.
I'm not watching it again. Well, you know what? I'm just going to watch the Pedro Pascal parts and fast forward. because I
Like,
did legitimately enjoy the Pedro Pascal moments.
do you think any of that is you're just riding on the Mandalorian high? You're like, oh, Pedro Pascal, and you're just picturing the Mando the whole time in the
You know,
movie.
I was actually joking about that while we were watching it with Letty. You know, I was like, oh, you know, like it's just Mando. I could just imagine it. But then after a while, it was
Put a
like,
helmet
oh,
on him, and
no,
Helmet off.
Pedro Pascal is actually a good actor, and he actually, you know, sold the fuck out of his part, and his, you know, his story was actually pretty fucking bonkers. So I was just like, oh, okay, I can get behind this. That's pretty cool.
all right. Well, I guess that's
Well, I
what
mean,
it
if
is.
it was up to me, I would prefer to watch News of the World, but I don't know any way for us to access that.
Okay, David. It's okay. You could actually say you want to watch Wonder Woman 1984. None
Yeah.
of us are going to
I mean,
judge
it's on
you.
HBO Max. And Ben, you sounded like you had such a fun time. You would have no problem watching it again.
Just the Pedro Pascal parts. Just the Pascal parts.
Is there an option the same way like you can choose the audio and the subtitles? You can just, these are the actors I want to see, and it's just Pedro Pascal just chopped up into little segments here and there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess we'll review Wonder Woman 1984 next week. And I'll see you guys next year pretty much. So definitely, guys, don't forget to, I know it sounds crazy, right?
That sounds really
It's been
stupid.
another year. This is the second New Year we're doing.
You're that
another
guy at the office that, you know, before
See
everyone
you
leaves for the
next
holiday
year.
thing. Yeah, see you next year, Bob.
Hey, out of the three of us, I'm the only one who's expected to do that. If I didn't do that, would it be weird for you guys? Yes.
No.
Yes.
Completely
No,
fine.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah,
I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, don't forget to check out our Twitch channel. We stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Please, we just lost a follower. Please.
Hey. No, we didn't lose a follower. They lost us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, with some pride.
We didn't want them.
That's right. We only want people who want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't forget to hit that heart icon. If you don't know where it is, bottom right hand from the side from the actual screen, and then hit the bell icon so you know every single time that we stream. If you happen to miss anything, you can catch it all on YouTube. Stu's been kind enough to upload pretty much everything that we've ever played, so you can catch those there. But guys, come hang out with us live, and that way you can make fun of Ben.
What?
Even when he's not on screen.
Exactly.
Wait, why?
And guys, I will be trying to finish Dead Space before the year is over, so that'll be fun. Guys, don't forget to follow and subscribe on all your favorite social media, available SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Google, and Apple Podcasts. As always, I've been your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
And I'm that guy in the office that doesn't say, see you next year.
You just said it.
I know, and I'll say it again. Because what the fuck, David? What the hell?
Guys, don't forget to tip your Reiki masters. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away from each other. Guys, stay safe. Hope you have a happy new year. And we will see you guys in 2021. Okay, bye.
Bye.